You have to unmute yourself, Jessica.
My bad. I forgot it mutes me. All right, let's try that again. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Night Leadership Development Training. My name is Jessica Hill, and before we hear from tonight's incredible trainer, it is time for our Elevate and Execute tip. Tonight's Elevate and Execute tip is this: plant seeds, don't count them. Yesterday, we kicked off our Consistency Code 30-day challenge, and I think this is a great reminder for all of us. It's only day 2, and sometimes we want to see results immediately. We make one post, send one message, complete one workout, or make one healthy choice, and then we wonder why everything hasn't changed yet. But that's not how growth works. A farmer doesn't plant a seed one day and dig it up the next to see if it's growing. They keep they keep watering it, they keep taking care of it, and they trust the process. The same is true in business, leadership, and in life. Every conversation you have, every follow up you make, every healthy decision, every act of kindness, and every day you stay consistent is another seed you are planting. I've learned that some of the greatest results come from the seeds you almost forgot you planted because you simply stayed faithful to the process. So this week, don't spend your time counting the seeds. Spend your time planting them. Because when you stay consistent, the harvest will come in its own time. And speaking of growth, leadership, and personal development, today we are honored to hear from someone who continues to make an impact through mentorship, consistency, and servant leadership. Coach Seymour Greenidge Blake is someone who leads with wisdom, vision, and a genuine desire to help others succeed. As a multiple six-figure earner and respected leader, he has inspired and developed countless people, both personally and professionally. And I know tonight's training is going to bring tremendous value to everyone on this call. So wherever you are joining from tonight, lean in, remove distractions, and get ready to take notes. It is truly my honor and privilege to introduce a multiple six-figure earner, Coach Seymour Greenidge Blake.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for that warm introduction. Appreciate it. Um, Tonight, I'm going to get right to it. Um, Last week at the end, I kind of gave you guys a hint of what today's teaching was going to be about. And it was, I'd asked everybody, what do they determine what's their definition of the word future? So uh, I'm going to give you the title, then I'm going to go ahead and get off camera so I can bring this to you properly. But the title is The Future, Understanding What Lies Ahead and What is the Future. I'm going to say it again. The future is understanding what lies ahead and what is the future. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Try to get this as quick as possible tonight. Like I said, I know we have people on the East Coast that it's already 8 o'clock at night over there, so I don't want to take too much people time up because I know time is valuable. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by giving you the definition of what the dictionary defines the future as. And it defines it as the time or a period of time following the moment of speaking or writing something down. Time regard has still to come. At first glance, that definition appears simple. Most people think of the future as tomorrow, next week, next month, even next year. However, when you look deeper, the future is much more than a place on a calendar. The future is a destination of today's thoughts, today's decision, today's habits, and today's action. It is unique. Why? Because it is the only part of time that has not yet happened. The past is already written. It's gone. It's behind you. The present is happening right now, but future remains unwritten. It is a blank canvas waiting for each person to leave their mark. Every choice made today becomes a brushstroke that helps paint tomorrow's picture. So basically what that is saying, that the minute you open your mouth and you speak, you are speaking your future. And I gave an example last week. And that example was, we open our mouth and we will say, I want to make $5,000 a month with my business. You just spoke that into your future. But then a couple of days later, in that same thought, you put that future into the past by saying, I just need to make enough to pay the bill. You just created a new future. You went from wanting 5,000 a month in your business to now saying, I just need to make enough to pay the bill. So we got to be careful of how we speak and what we say and what we really want. So throughout this teaching, we will be exploring the future from multiple perspectives. We will examine how our thoughts influence it, how our habits will build it, how our visions direct it, and how our actions determines its outcome. And by the end of this, I want hopefully all participants will understand that the future is not something that we wait for, but it's something that we create. So let's talk about the future as a destination. When you plan a vacation, you usually choose what? A destination before leaving home. You normally determine where you're going. You also want to figure out how you're going to get there, and then what to expect to experience when you arrive. See, many of us approach life without the same level of planning. We have no clear destination for our finances, our health, our relationships, our business. A destination provides direction, guys, okay? Without direction, movements becomes basically wandering. See, many individuals are busy every single day, but activity is not the same as progress. Progress requires movements towards a defined destination. The future acts as the destination, and it gives meaning to today's efforts and purpose to today's uh, to today's sacrifices. The challenge is that many people allow circumstances to determine their destination instead of choosing it themselves. So we drift with the current rather than steering the ship. And over time, we'll find ourselves living a life that we never intended to create. Why? Because we never clearly identified where we wanted to go. Successful people tend to have what? A different relationship with the future. They see it before they even arrive there. They mentally visit their destination through visions, through goals, and through planning. They can describe their future because why? They have spent time thinking about it. Understand that the future becomes a target rather than a mystery to them. And when you start to understand that the future is a destination, then your daily decision will start to change. You will become more intentional about your time, definitely about your money and your health, your relationships, because you will start to recognize that each decision is either moving you closer or farther away from where you want to go. And when you understand that, it becomes easy for you. See, your future is actually created by when? Today. Okay. Many people believe that future begins tomorrow, and it doesn't. It begins the minute you open your mouth or the minute you write something down about what you want. You're manifesting it. The same way you manifesting it, you're manifesting your future. Okay? It begins today. We started that consistency code yesterday. If you work on that and follow those instructions every single day that we're giving you, you will see a big difference 30 days from today when that challenge is completed. If you follow those directions completely the way that we are giving those directions for you to do and filling out your calendar, putting that X on that chart. A person helps A person's health future is determined by what? Today's the habits that they have when it comes to what they're eating. Exercise habits, sleep habits, stress management habits. Health challenges rarely appear overnight. They are often the results of years of repeated behavior. Likewise, vibrant health is usually the result of years of consistent healthy decisions. The same principle applies to you financially. Wealth is rarely built in a single day. It is accumulated through consistent decisions made over time. Savings, investing, learning, building businesses, and creating multiple income streams all contribute to a stronger financial future. Like Jessica said just now, the seed planted today becomes tomorrow's harvest. Same thing works with your relationships. Relationship also operate according to what? The same principle. Strong marriages, friendship, business partners are built through daily deposit of trust, communication, respect, and appreciation. The future quality of a relationship depends heavily on the actions that you take in today. There's a guy on this call right now that would tell you what I just read about relationships is a fact. You know what his name is? Coach Marcus. He just told us last week how long he's been with his wife, how long when they started their relationship. So when I tell you that you follow these principles, it can help you in many things, not just the business, not just your health, not just your relationship. It helps you in every single thing if you follow the directions and the instructions that we teach you every single day and what I talk about every Tuesday, because I talk about self-development. That is number one key to success. Okay? The future begins when where? Do you know where it begins in your mind? Every invention, business, movement, accomplishment began as a thought. Before something exists physically, it exists mentally in your mind. The future is first created in the imagination before it appears in reality. People often underestimate the power of thoughts because thoughts are invisible. Yet every building began as a blueprint. Every company began as an idea. Every achievement began as a vision. So what we repeatedly think about eventually influences what we believe in and what we do. Negative thinking creates limitations on the future. So when individuals constantly focus on failure, scarcity, fear, obstacles, it unconsciously reduce their willingness to actually take action. Yesterday I said, we got to stare fear in the eye. Because if you let it take over, it will take your destiny from you. We got to start being positive. Positive thinking alone is not enough though. But positive thinking combined with actions becomes powerful. Because when you push that positive energy out, I gave y'all an example last week on that. That energy, that positive energy comes back. See, when individuals believe something is possible, they become more willing to purpose and opportunities. They solve problems and they persist through challenges. Their mindset supports the creation of a better future. The future is often the future often becomes visible in the mind long before it becomes visible in reality. And this is why visions is so important. People who can mentally see their future are often better equipped to navigate the obstacles required to reach it. I know y'all hear me say this several times on some of my calls. We believe in that man upstairs. We got trust in him. We got faith in him. You never met him. He told us that he created us in his own image. So why do we not believe in ourselves, trust in ourselves, or have faith in ourselves when it comes to building our business, when it comes to building a relationship with someone else? You believe in something you never seen and touch, but you don't believe in yourself. You got to start believing, guys, because if you don't believe, you're gonna keep staying right exactly where you at. You're gonna stay where you at. One thing that future rewards is discipline. Discipline is one of the strongest bridges connecting the present to the future. Many people have had dreams, but fewer have discipline. Dreams create excitement, but discipline create results. Understand that the future belongs to those who can consistently do what needed to be done, regardless of how they feel. See, your feeling will fluctuate. Motivation comes and goes. That's like the fire. You start the fire, that's the motivation. But discipline remains steady. It allows people to continue moving forward even when circumstances becomes difficult. And one reason why discipline is so valuable is because it will start to compound over time. I know y'all heard the story. If I was to give you a penny every day and double it every day for 30 days, would you take that money? Let me put it this way. If I was a construction, I told you I can build your home, I would charge you $1,000 a month for 30 days. I'll have that house finished in 30 days. Two ways you can pay me. You can pay me $1,000 a month, a day for 30 days, or you can pay me a penny every day, double that penny every day for 30 days. And I give you the option to pick which one you'll pick. And I know most of y'all know the answer to this, but I'm hoping that you will say that you will pay me $1,000 a day over a penny a day, doubling it every day for 30 days, because at the end of those 30 days, you're looking at over $10 million. It sounds small at the beginning, but as it starts to compound and double every day, you'll see that big result at the end. That's the same thing happen when it comes to your future. How future will reward you when it comes to discipline. Okay. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a week and underestimate what they can accomplish in 5 years. The future is often shaped by small daily actions rather than dramatic one-time event. Consistency eventually produces momentum. And when discipline becomes a lifestyle, then the future becomes more predictable. Success is no longer left to chances. Instead, it becomes the natural outcome of repeated behavior aligned with specific goals. Do you understand that the future belongs to those who prepare? Preparation is evidence. It is evidence of belief. People prepare for outcomes that they expect to happen. Athletes prepare for competition. Students prepare for exams. But entrepreneurs prepare for growth. Preparation demonstrates faith in a future possibility. Many opportunities are missed because people wait until the opportunity arrives before they begin to prepare. And by that time, it is too late. Those who succeed are usually preparing long before the opportunity appears. Preparation builds confidence, and when individuals have studied, practiced, trained, and developed themselves, they are more likely to act decisively when opportunities arise. Their preparation reduces under uncertainty and it increases effectiveness. See, the future often reward those who are ready rather than those who are merely talented. Talent without preparation can be wasted. Preparation allows talent to flourish. It turns potential into performance. So the question is not whether opportunities will appear. The question is whether we will be prepared when it does. Because, like I said, preparation today increases the probability of success tomorrow. Let's now talk about legacy and the future. The future extends beyond our personal lives. It includes the impact that we leave on others. Legacy is the future, the influence of today's action, long after the person is gone. Their decision, teachings, and examples can continue affecting future generations. Every parent, mentor, leader, and entrepreneur is creating a legacy, whether intentionally or unintentional. The values that they demonstrate today will influence others tomorrow, and their action becomes lessons that continue teaching long after they are gone. Many people focus only on the immediate reward while ignoring long-term impact. Legacy thinking encourages individuals to consider how today's decisions will affect future generations. It shifts focus from temporary gain to lasting contribution. Building a legacy requires vision beyond oneself. It requires asking bigger questions. What will people remember? What impact will remain? What values will continue? What systems will survive? And these questions help shape a more meaningful future. Now, closing, the future people, it is waiting for today. It is not a mystery waiting to be discovered, it is a reality waiting to be created. It begins with vision growth through discipline. It strengthens through preparation and is unlimitedly shaped by daily decisions. Every person has the ability to influence their future. Every single one of you on this call have that ability to do that. While no one can control every circumstances, everyone can control their response, their attitude, their habits, their actions. Those choices determine much of what tomorrow becomes. The future is not something that suddenly arrives. It arrives one day at a time. Every sunrise brings another opportunity for you to build it. Every decision becomes a vote for the kind of life that you want to live. The future reward those who think beyond the moment. It favors those who prepare plans and persist. It honors those who remain faithful to their vision even when progress appears slowly. But the most important question is not, what does the future hold? The more important question is, what am I doing today to create the future that I want? Because the future is simply tomorrow's harvest growing from today's seed. Back to you, Jessica.
Thank you, Coach Seymour. Very powerful. Everybody, please give him some love in the chat. And I just want to leave you all with this. Remember, life is going to test you. Things are going to happen in your life. I mean, many of us on here have stories. I mean, things are going to happen. But you got to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? And do not let anything or anyone stop you from achieving it. Coach Tina, Coach Marcus, I don't know if Coach Charlotte's on here. Any of you got anything?
I love that, Seymour. Your passion is so beautiful and so inspiring to me. So thank you for sharing that. The only thing I want to add, I mean, there's really nothing you can add to that, but like you said, Jessica, there are certain types of people in this world that constantly gravitate towards the negative. It's who they are, it's how they're wired, and you've got to put up a shield and not let any of that penetrate and get in your system at all. Don't let it in your ears, because that connects to your brain, and then your brain starts listening to those things, and then you get caught up in that negativity. And it's so, like attracts like. And if they try to pull you into that negative, just block them, because like Seymour said, the future is ours and what we have our hands on. Like I get choked up just thinking about where we're going to be here in a couple years. So thank you so much tonight for that, Seymour. Just beautiful.
And I'll piggyback on that. Thank you, Coach Seymour. Thank you, Jessica, for your message about seeds. As a farmer, anyone who has grown any plants or any type of food, that all the seeds you plant, they won't grow. So even some people you sponsor to the business, and you think they're going to build their business big. Sometimes some people are not going to build a business. So your role is just to keep planting seeds, right? Just keep moving forward, plant the seeds, water the seeds, show up, be a positive person, like Coach Seymour and Coach Tina said, and don't allow anybody bring any negative news to you, right? And because you are the one who can control your environment. And one thing my household does, when people want to bring us any negative news, we stop them. We stop them. We don't receive any negative news, no gossip, nothing, right? And so it makes some people upset. However, you have to be the one to control the environment you're in, and be really, really picky and choosy about who you hear from, right? And who you allow speak into your life. So that's all I had, Jessica. We have 6.5 hours left before the cutoff for star bonuses, whatever goals you guys have from the month. We still have till 11:59 p.m. Pacific time to hit those goals. So that's all I have, Jessica. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. And be married to the process, not the prospect, when you're planting those seeds. You're going to have people that tell you no. You're going to have people that leave you on red. Just be consistent in doing those income producing activities, and things will happen. That's all I got. Everybody have a blessed evening. Stay safe, stay cool. I know it's hot here. I'm sure it's hot in a lot of other parts of the country. Make sure you stay hydrated. That's all I got. Everyone have a great night.